What's up, y'all? It's your boy J Will. So I'm here to explain about relationships and how to, have a conversation with your partner, and also like if you're single, if you're not in a relationship, if you're not married or nothing, or like if you're still trying to get your life together, you're trying to like find a better common ground with the next person in your life, then it's going to work out for you because sometimes in life, most people just trying to be single. You know what I'm saying? Most people want to be single because a lot of people just feel like they just got out of the relationship. If you feel like you don't want to be in a relationship, don't be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta love yourself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love yourself. Always love yourself. Before you be in another relationship, have something going for yourself before you give your love to somebody. Because I feel like everybody entitled to happiness, everybody entitled to what their next relationship is, but everybody's entitled to what their next relationship is, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to imagine what will your future will be like with that person. Like you want to grow together, you want to like have a future together, like you want to like grow and start a business together. Because I realize as a person, being in a healthy relationship can absolutely work out what's best for both people. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, you're not missing out on nothing. You're not missing out on love. You're not missing out on anything. Trust me. I know I'm not. To me, as a human being, like what's being told to me all the time, like you know, throughout throughout my life, you'll find somebody. You'll find somebody. You'll find somebody. You'll find somebody. Of course. And then sometimes you like in and you find somebody like that. Sometimes it's best to like in and hold on to that person is because you don't want to blow your bridges with somebody that you waited for to be in a relationship, or that you waited for to try to shoot your shot to like date a person, or to see what that person all about. You know what I'm saying? Because I realized as a person, you're not missing out on love. You're not missing out on anything. Anybody can be in love. Anybody can have a one night stand, but that's not love. Anything that's not love, it's not a conversation about dating, about get to know you, about who you are, what you're all about, nothing. Because I realize as a person, as a human being, you got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how you gonna love the next person? How you gonna be in a genuine relationship with somebody and actually build a future? If that person's not trying to better themselves, not trying to. You need to get rid of that person. Or sometimes, like most people have an open relationship, most people break up, and most people go their separate ways. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes being in a relationship can feel good. Sometimes it can. But if you're single, if you're not dealing with all that headache, you're not dealing with all that drama, then you're good. Because things is about to change. It's going to change. Because I realize as a person, being in a long distance relationship, like 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, it don't matter. Like sometimes in life you just want to be happy. If you are a single individual, if you single, period, you you'll find that one person, like anybody come in your life, you know anybody come in your life. But sometimes, like what's being told to you off and on and all throughout your life, you find a relationship, you find a relationship. Anybody can find a relationship. Anybody can be happy at this point, but you don't let people in general like entitled like to mess up your flow of what you got going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because I think what it is that a lot of people don't know who they are until, because they so focused on love, and they so focused on like what they can take from that person. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love the next person if you don't have nothing figured out of yourself? because sometimes in life things about to change, and you're going to be happy with somebody that you want to be in love with. You want to have a future with, but sometimes being in a toxic relationship, it's not good. It's not healthy at all. That's toxic. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be like, toxic relationship. Like, you don't want to like argue with somebody, constantly have to prove yourself. You're not a cheater. You're not a liar. You're not a manipulator. You're not none of those things. You know what I'm saying? Because misery loves company. You know what I'm saying? Misery loves, attention. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, you can have company, but sometimes in life, people just people just bored. People just miserable. And then especially like you got people out here trying to sabotage people's happiness, and you got people out here, you know, jealous or depressed or like feeling bored or feel like they don't have anybody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? You're not alone. Let me tell you something. Being alone does not justify being lonely. It's just because you're alone does not mean lonely. You don't always have to be alone, but being alone or being by yourself it's the best way to be in life. It's not a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? It's not an issue. It's a good thing. You don't have to deal with no drama. You have to deal with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because when you ask God, you want somebody to be in your life, yeah, He's gonna find you somebody. But just be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for. What I mean by that, anybody coming in your life with that drama, with things that it don't matter most of you because you're trying to get your life together. Just be careful what you ask for. And then sometimes in life, a lot of people don't want to be alone. Don't want to feel like they don't have nobody. But you do gonna have somebody. You know what I'm saying? So things about to change. So it's life is what you make to be. You know what I'm saying? Because the older you get, it don't have nothing to do with age, but you're just trying to find out what you want to do with your life. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like time's going on. Life's gonna pass you by if you don't do nothing about living success. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, you know what I'm saying? Because things about to change. You know what I'm saying? But being in a relationship can be good sometimes, but it can be toxic if it's not a healthy relationship. Keep arguing, fighting, and keep pointing the finger. You know, you want to put your hands on each other. That's not good because in the long run, in the future, y'all all gonna need each other. I mean, yeah, they gonna need each other. You know what I'm saying? In the long run, like in the future, somebody's gonna need somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, don't expect anybody to change overseas and change about what they want to do for their life. Because most people don't want to change. It's good people out here, but you can find a better relationship. Your next relationship will be even better than your last relationship. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't want to be in a toxic relationship, boy, just find somebody that's better than that person, or just be by yourself. Just be alone. You know what I'm saying? Just be alone until you find peace in your life. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to do all that dilemma, all that integrity, all that drama, be alone. Be by yourself. Have peace. Have peace. You deserve it. You deserve to be peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Until you find the next person to come in your life that can give you glory, that can give you integrity about love and about peace. But until then, it's all starts with you. If you want somebody to treat you right, if you want a man to treat you right, if you want a woman to treat you right, there's 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 a lot of that out there, and it's good ways to do it, to find ways to cope with your mental health, to find peace with each other about relationships, of being in a healthy relationship. Okay? So it's your boy J Will. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you guys next time. So thank you guys so much for watching the video, and like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.